Hey everybody. Um, I'm trying something new today. I decided to do a reaction video on a video that I came across in the wee hours of the morning. It was a live broadcast of Cory Holcomb show, 5150 show, and it was featuring Anton Daniels. A little background on how I feel about Cory Holcomb. He's always been a comedian that I thought he always um, stood his ground on, different aspects of what was going on in the nation today. Also, Anton Daniels, who has his own podcast. His show is the Multi-Millionaire Morning Show. And I watch him occasionally. He comes across my timeline. Anton, he's always been like laid back. I won't say he's MAGA, but he's definitely a Trump supporter. And he really stands on his grounds as far as supporting some of the things going on with the Trump administration. A lot of things that he stands on ground with, I hate to say it, I'm not a true fan of that, but I must say he does stand ground on his beliefs and what he um, tries to, um, what his beliefs are. He's a Republican. I would say Cory is probably a Democrat. I don't know for sure what his political beliefs are, but just by some of the things that Cory has talked about, I would say he might be a Democrat. And so they decided to get together to um, do this podcast. Um, I was surprised at the outcome. It is a 2 hour podcast. I don't know how long I'll probably skip through most of it. Um, I did try to watch it, and I was kind of disappointed in the way that it turned out. I thought they would be able to actually talk about some of the different things that some of their views, but that didn't happen. So I'm going to wait for more people to come into my chat so that we can sit back, watch some of the things, and, give me some of your comments or views on what you thought about as we watch the podcast. Good afternoon, Jose, Linda, or is it Jocelyn? It might be Jocelyn is your name. How are you? Glad you could join us. We're going to go through this podcast. And as everyone comes in, could you please hit the like button? Like I said, we're going to try to get through this podcast. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on it. It's a 2 hour and 45-minute podcast, but we're going to see. Oh, are you having problems with it's not coming up? I haven't started it yet, so we'll see how it goes. So this is the introduction here of Anton Daniels on the podcast of Cory Holcomb's. Well, now they've gotten so savvy where they can actually put a picture, but you. Oh, exactly. Keyboard cowards is what it comes
Somebody said, what Craig got? He on Jeremiah. Craig had a show, folks.
That's right.
Craig going out here doing his thing.
Papa Craig.
But anyway, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. There's so much to say. I know we ain't gonna be able to get to it all, but
We're gonna try.
there's so much to say. I gotta ask you this just off top.
I'm with it.
How do you feel? Because we ain't gonna do all politics. That ain't what the show
We
is about.
gotta get there.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want you to miss no points.
Alright, I'm with it.
What do you feel about this nation as they jack other nations for their resources and play it off like it's other reasons?
I
I'm
think
talking
that's
about this nation, the U.S.
a part of the game.
When you say part of the game, I don't understand. Do you think?
Everybody didn't make conquer. Slavery didn't exist way before we ever came in here.
Mhm.
So I don't see what the problem is.
Well, I tell you like this. I cannot respect men who claim jackers. Like I don't
Like what? Give me an example.
like the United States.
No, give me an example, like a real life thing. Like, what did they take?
The United States.
Like taking this country?
All right, so the first thing that Cory brought up was slavery. Um, Everybody has their own views on slavery. I personally believe that yes, um, we were here before the actual slave ships, or should I say the Europeans, brought slaves to the United States. There were some indigenous people, of course, that were here in the United States, which back then I'm quite sure was not called the United States. It was called America. Okay? So we're going to see where Anton is going to answer on this one.
Not just taking this country. How do you think you got here?
Yeah, the transatlantic slave trade.
You smart man.
Right. That's what
So-
I know all about.
So it's very hard to be respectful of what is here when me, for example, as an African American male, I know how I got here. I didn't take the cheap flight on Frontier here. My people were kidnapped. My people were robbed. They what?
They were sold by Africans.
You said all the people were sold by Africans?
How you think that? What you think? White people came over here and got us?
Yes.
No, they were sold.
So
They just capitalized off of it better than the Africans did.
okay, so
And the answer that Anton gave is correct. A lot of the Africans that were brought here during the transatlantic slave trade were sold by certain African tribes over in the continent of Africa. The African tribes that captured some of the Africans actually sold them to the Europeans. That was all a part of the transatlantic slave trade.
you're saying that all of the black people that were brought here were sold by Africans.
Correct.
So the white people they were just doing transactions over there.
Absolutely. It was capitalism. See, the thing about white people, you think that racism is inherently in them. Racism is inherently in all of us. Black people is some of the most racist people I've ever seen in my entire life. We don't even like each other.
And I kind of agree with Anton on that statement also. Okay? Internally, I am African American, and internally, yes, a lot of African Americans do not like each other. I mean, we could get into a lot of things like such as colorism is one situation. Also, when you get economically, there's a lot of people, Black Americans with money. They don't like the poor or the people who are working class. I mean, I hate to say it. How many people in the chat know people like that? Where if you have a couple dollars or a few more dollars than the next man, where they think they're better than the person next to them.
So can I ask you a question?
No, 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 let's stay there.
Okay.
We don't even like each other. And so black people participate. Some of the first slavers in the United States of America was black people. That's the truth. So what I'm trying to understand is,
Was slavery in the United States before?
slavery existed thousands of years before we got here.
Okay.
Slavery was on every single continent in this world. That's a fact. Now, the thing that's the problem with it is that, and this is the problem that I have. What you niggas want?
What do you mean when you say what you mean?
What do y'all want?
Now, this is the part that I have a problem with Anton Daniels or anybody who uses that terminology or that term nigger. I do not like hearing us use that word. To me, it's derogatory. It cuts to my soul. And the fact of how it originated or degrades us, I just do not like hearing that word used. I don't care who says it. I don't care how you say, well, it's a term of endearment. Well, don't be endearing to me. I do not like using that word at all. Let me know in the chat how you feel about using that word. I know a lot of the younger sectors or a lot of the younger Black Americans use it. They use it in rap, in their music and stuff. I personally do not care for it at all.
Like, because y'all complaining about it over and over again, and I'm trying to understand what is it that y'all looking for. What is y'all?
You jumped over a whole thing that has happened.
Because I'm solutions oriented, and I'm tired of niggas that ain't never been through shit complaining about shit that they ain't never been through.
If you black in the United States, you've been through some shit.
But I'm tired of niggas complaining about shit that they have never been through. Like, you've been through some shit, but you ain't been through that.
I don't understand. What are you saying?
Because most of the niggas that's complaining about it ain't never even really seen real racism. These is new niggas. All of these internet niggas right here, these is new niggas.
So are you saying black people in the United States, some of them have skipped over racism?
Yes. Definitively.
I do not agree with Anton on that. I'm sorry. Racism still exists. Okay? And on that note, I kind of understand the look that Cory is giving because Cory's like, are you kidding me? That's the look on his face. It's like, really? How can you say that it's erased? I don't think it's erased. I lived through the 60s. I was born in the 50s. I lived through the 60s. And trust me, it might have gotten a little bit better with civil rights, but considering how they have gotten rid of a lot of the civil rights laws, you know, the administration that's in there now in the United States, they're trying to get rid of those civil rights laws, which means to me, or does that mean you're trying to erase the fact that racism exists? It's still prevalent. It's still being taught by certain members of our society.
Definitive. You have a greater chance of being killed by somebody that look like you than to ever interact with somebody that don't look like you and kill you.
But do you
That's a fact.
do you understand that it's made like that on purpose?
It's the system. The system against us. I got it.
Okay, but the position you and your people are in,
Who's my people?
black people, do you claim black people?
I'm a Christian first. I claim.
Well, I think something's wrong with that. If you don't want to say you're a black man first, I think something wrong with
Black
that.
is a construct. They told you that you was black.
Okay, well,
That's
brown,
how you start
brown,
believing. No. We not brown. We not black. We not none of that shit.
Oh, well, what are we?
We not. For me, I'm a believer in God. That's what I am. My
Now that's some BS right there. And the reason I say that is because I don't if you apply for anything pertaining to education wise, financial wise, even if you apply for um, going to a university or something, even a job, what is the first thing they ask you? They're going to ask you, what's your name? Are you male or female? And what's your race? They may ask you about your religion, okay? But they really want to know your name, your sex, and your race.
nation is always going to be Christianity, Christ, Jesus first. I don't claim none of that other shit. You're not gonna get me to believe in you based off of some shit that you can't control. You didn't pick it. And the thing about other cultures, whether you black, Chinese, Asians don't fuck with each other just because they're Asian.
When you come into the chat, can you please hit the like button? I really appreciate it. I need to get my channel out into the algorithm. Thank you.
Chinese people and Japanese people and Taiwanese people, they're all different. Koreans are different. All white people don't fuck with all white people. So why do I have an obligation to fuck with somebody just because he black? Okay. And then the definition of how you define black is based off of something that a white man gave to you.
Okay, well, trust me, brother. You white people, let me tell you something. I know Caucasian people that have looked at me and threw me licks.
Mm-hmm.
But I am from Chicago.
And I'm from Detroit.
It was Chicago is very segregated. I knew nothing about Caucasian people until I moved to Los Angeles. And a lot of the stories I heard, it turned out to be just that. But back to this Christianity, you have to understand this. You were taught that by the people who kidnapped you. Is that a lie?
Nope.
Okay, so
We was taught everything that you know on this earth was taught to you. The racism that you have in your heart, it was taught to you.
you say I'm racist?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I studied you.
Wow.
Now that's one for Anton. He actually sat there and called Cory racist. I mean, you know, but you got to remember, Cory is also a comedian. And a lot of comedians, yes, they do use race in their stand ups. So, you know, whether he is actually a racist or not, that is to be determined. But yes, we all have a bit of racism in us. You know, whether it's because of the way the neighborhood you grew up in, or the area or the city that you grew up in, or even the interactions that you have with the different races that you interact in with school. Most of the time, you meet different races in schools. Like especially if you leave your neighborhood and go to a different school in a different area. Yes, you may meet up with different um, different races. And guess what? I think it's a plus because it teaches you how to live or to socialize with different races. We should all be able to, as they say, get along. All right, so let's see what else they're going to talk about. Please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I'm racist. I don't know a lot of racism in me. But maybe you can show me something. I don't know.
We're gonna get there.
I
We'll
wanted you
get there.
guys to start the show off in your own like.
No. When Brother Anton Daniels was talking to me on the phone, I knew that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but I believe we can have a conversation like men. I was like, a lot of stuff he's saying right now, I disagree with so much. But both of us. I'm gonna try to make a point because I have the hopes. I have the hopes in reaching him in a way. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't guaranteed. I'm not.
And I have the hopes that I'm gonna get y'all off of the Democratic plantation.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about the Democratic.
Now, there is another statement that Anton makes. He constantly makes that statement, and it really gets under my skin when he always makes the statement, the Democratic plantation. That really bugs me because, okay, so like I said, Anton is Republican. So why does the Democrats have to be on a plantation? Do you know what I'm saying? Somebody could say he's on a Republican plantation. You know? That he's following behind Massa, you know, as far as following behind these Republicans. But let's listen to more.
Everything that you speak of is a reflection of the same thing that they speak of. So you may not claim it, but you're a reflection of it.
Well, if I reflect something that is this Democratic plantation, I tell you what, I really don't study a Democratic plantation. I try to study being a stand-up human being where when I look in the mirror, I don't see a slick motherfucker. Right. That's what I am.
I'm with it.
I don't like slick
That's the first thing we agreed on.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got there. But I get labeled all the time. I was talking to a young lady on the phone the other day, and she said, "I know you hate the what's the lady who calls herself a doctor? I'm blanking right now.
Oh my God.
Dr. Bryant." And I'm like, I don't hate nobody. Where do you get hate from? And then I'm from the internet. Every once in a while, I look at the pages that use my likeness and image and everything, and I listen to some of the stuff they said, and I was called bitter, and I don't know how to get money. But anyway, coincidentally, today I'm talking to a brother who knows how to work the internet well and get money.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Facts. So it's like everything comes in its season for a man like me. I don't say I got all the answers to everything, but I am willing to talk logically to people who I feel like are able to communicate. That's what I'm saying. Because like the stuff you say, Anton, you know, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, that's your personality too. Like,
And it would be boring to hear just one person's take or views on things. This makes it interesting.
Excuse me, man. We need a mic, man. You can ask on the mic.
Anton, just.
Okay, so we're going to move on through now, as time goes on through this interview, Anton and Cory, their conversation gets really heated. And Okay. I want to say it's here.
And vote like a sucker.
And not only is it ignorant,
We had Republican presidents, we had Democratic presidents. We in the same joint.
I'm talking about local. You talking about national.
I don't give a fuck if
It
it's
matters.
local.
It
I don't-
matters.
If you
It
vote,
absolutely
that
matters.
means you in line.
No, if you vote first, the first thing that it means is that you respect your ancestors that died for your right to be able to do it.
Your
That's the first
ancestors,
step.
your
It's
ancestors
so funny to me.
didn't do it like this.
No,
Because people went to war when the government tried to overthrow the people and the power of the people. It was wars. There hasn't been a war inside the U.S. where the people who getting fucked over are doing something about motherfuckers with 30 felonies being the president.
It's
It's
war.
all sucker shit.
It's a
coming up.
war every day. It's just not physical anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
It's
We need
here.
physical wars.
It's not. It's
Until-
not.
Okay, so like I said earlier, Anton is a true supporter of Donald Trump, the president. So Cory evidently does not support Trump, and he brings up how Trump has made all of these different decisions for the people of the United States, and no one is really how he feels like it's not benefiting the people, and that the people should rise up and revolt. Whereas Anton, like I said, he's a supporter, and he's saying that what it is people are using their minds, they're not revolting physically or violently, should I say, by an uprising with the war.
Motherfuckers ready to jump it off.
It's not.
We're gonna always be talking. But see, real gladiators don't talk. Real gladiators make it happen. And the gladiators, I ain't gonna lie, we are under control right now. We haven't rose up and did what needs to be done.
Who are you under control by?
It ain't, you under control by the people who will motherfucking blow this motherfucker up. We ain't stupid.
Who is he? Because I want to know.
Why do you think that
I
ICE
wanna know
agent
who
was
he-
able to shoot
I
that
want to
woman?
know what he. Hold on. Let's be real. Fuck that woman.
Well, that's that.
And that's another thing. Like I said, I have seen some of Anton's videos. When the young lady, and they're referring to the young woman who was shot by ICE in Minneapolis, who happened to be a U.S. citizen, and I shouldn't use the word, I'm supposed to say unalived. She happens to be a U.S. citizen, and Anton thought it was okay for ICE to unalive that woman. And like I said, I do not feel that way. She was a U.S. citizen. But like I said, the investigation is still going on. So we're going to see how Cory handles this.
That's what you would say to somebody you don't know or whatever.
No.
I'm on the streets. I've been pulled over by the police
Who ain't on the streets?
or
I'm in
ICE
Detroit.
agents or
You
whatever.
in LA. I'm in Detroit. I'm in the blackest city in the United States of America. I can move anywhere I want to go. I choose to stay in the core of my city, and I choose to participate in my neighborhood. I choose to tithe to the streets. I choose to put kids through college. I choose to interact and truly use my tax dollars and whatever it is and give jobs. I employ over 50 people. I put my money in my community with my people. So I choose to engage. So when we talking about being in the streets, that don't count to me. I don't
Well,
hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
Because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that you helping, they can get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth: we know if I believe you know this already. When the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
God, this is so crazy.
Do you think that's wrong what I said?
And I agree with what Cory says here. And not all cops, trust me, I have police officers in my family, a long line of them, as a matter of fact. I have an uncle who was a police officer back in the 20s. That's how much of a lineage I have as far as um, police officers in my family. So, but unfortunately, there are some officers out here who will pull over a man of color, a black man, and treat them unfairly and will unalive them or do some type of bodily harm to that person. And yes, I do agree with Cory on that one because Anton, for whatever reason, he doesn't feel that way, which I don't understand since he said he lives in the blackest city in the United States. I don't know how true that statement is, but okay. I've never been to Detroit, and I really don't know the statistics here as far as nationality and breakdowns with the population there.
So insane.
Is that what I said? I said when the cops shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
But you didn't answer it.
I'm gonna answer the question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer the question. It depends on the circumstance. And the interesting thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people are stupid.
Well, have you said all white people stupid?
No, I'm talking about cops.
You should say that one time because it's easy to say all black people are stupid as an example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you
make all the time.
Well, I didn't hear you. Can you tell me?
I'm talking about liberal white women literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every.
And the statement that Cory just made there, I can agree with him. I know I've listened to Anton's podcast at least 20 times, if not more. Anton, to me, he always degrade the black man. You know, he'll say things like they're ashy. He calls them dusty is his favorite word. Okay? And I'm like, okay, some black people, yes, they can be ashy / dusty, but not everybody's like that, Anton. Not everybody. Okay? And like Cory said, I never heard you talk badly about a white person or a white man. And I hate to say it, I used to think that when I listened to Anton's podcast. He never talks down on the white man. He'll talk down on the black person. He'll talk down on the black female, and he'll talk down on the black male. But as far as him talking down on a white man, I have yet to hear that. I've yet to hear it.
Literally,
white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify by participating and joining in on the court.
No, I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them. Because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that, but here's the
I
truth.
don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall of it?
Accountability.
As you come into my live, could you please hit the like button? And can you please subscribe to my channel? I really appreciate it. I'm going through this 2-hour video between Cory Holcomb and Anton Daniels. It's a really good interaction video here. And could you please, help a sister out? Hit that like button and please hit the subscribe button. They're both free. And also share this video out to your friends. I really appreciate it.
Smoke here, bro. I talk about everything.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you. I just haven't.
You don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You're too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it, and that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian males' ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are.
Now, this part right here is where Cory is getting real emotional. Like I said, everything, the interaction between the two guys were going pretty good. But I think Cory just allowed Anton to get under his skin. And he starts to get real emotional. And to me, he started losing control of his own show. But let's watch some more. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.
Suck the dick of white people right now. You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
No, let me tell you something, homie. I don't suck dick.
Yeah, you do.
So fix
you doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck dick, homie.
You doing it right now.
Believe me when I tell you. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come to me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same
That's
energy you give me.
That's receipts. I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Well, I tell you what, watch that dick sucking shit, cause that go bad.
Follow what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking.
You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You
Okay, but that gay shit, you know. Hey, homie, I tell you what, put no dick sucking shit. Don't put no.
Okay, so like I said, it got real emotional at this sector right here. Okay? It was not a good look for both guys. And the reason I say that is because I'm the mom of 3 sons. And all 3 of my sons, they have their own personalities. And sometimes they would get heated like this. And then that's when I, as the mom, had to step in to bring it down. Okay? With my sons, there was a time when they were teenagers. My oldest son is 5 years older than my youngest son. So my oldest son, they were on their way to church. My oldest son was driving. It was my 3 sons and my nephew. It was a bad snowstorm, yada, yada, yada. They didn't make it to the church. They had some type of argument in the car. They came back home. Mind you, they're dressed, suits, dress shoes, and all. Like I said, it was a snowstorm. They get back home. I have a glass, I've always had an affinity for glass coffee tables. My sons come into the house, the oldest and the youngest, they're fighting. My other son and my nephew, they're trying to break them up. And what did they do? They broke my coffee table. Like one son pushed the other son into the coffee table. And, I had to hold back my emotions, which was hard because, first of all, they come in my house fighting. And second of all, they're tearing up my furniture. And so when I saw this interaction between Anton and Cory, it brought back memories, like I said, of my sons having this fight when they were teenagers. And so I understand everybody has their own viewpoints, but you have to be able to communicate your viewpoints. Even though this is a form of communication, it's not a good form of communication. You should be able to express your ideas or your theories or even how you feel to one another. When they got to this portion of the show, it just, I was like, I can't believe this is going on. I just could not believe they were going through all of this. And they actually went back and forth like this for a while.
Suck your shit on me, nigga. I'm from Detroit. Say I suck a dick again. I'm right here. Wait now. All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna respect you. Dance around it. Dance around it. No. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's your platform, and I come out here to have a conversation.
We good.
But
We
you're not
good.
posting up on me.
We good. I did already. I don't do dick sucking shit.
Right now, I'm going up. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Homie, you just running your mouth.
I'm not running my mouth.
I don't know
running your mouth.
shit
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit for
sucking
the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want to
I'll
say
show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
I'm saying,
I'm saying,
don't
I'm gonna let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that, I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you said a lot of shit to me today that I don't fuck with either. But I let that shit ride because you don't know me. You don't know me. So I'm gonna extend the same respect to you. You called me out of my name, you said some wild shit, especially with regard to how they call this nigga out his name. Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't tell me how I get to be like that.
I got a question for bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're just getting loud. I ain't getting loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No, this my show. This my show.
Cool, but I take that shit as a threat.
Okay, well, it is a threat if you calling me dick sucking. I don't dick suck, my nigga.
Man, fuck what you talking about.
I don't dick suck.
If you want to get back to the conversation, ain't no, cause you ain't gonna do shit. Cause you're not gonna do
Come at
shit.
me with that dick sucking
You're
shit
not
again,
gonna do
nigga.
shit. You're not gonna
Come at me with. Say I suck dick again, nigga.
We go all back right now. We go all back right now. I'm waiting.
I bet you don't say that shit.
We go all back right now.
I got money for all this. Well,
I got money too. Nobody give a fuck about this shit.
No, it's not.
I ain't fault. Don't leave. Get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now, because we got to go back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like it,
If you want to get back to the conversation,
we can get back to the conversation. But just know,
I'm not listening to none of that shit, bro.
Nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the
As long as
conversation,
you
we
know.
can get back to the
As long
conversation.
as you know.
You're not that tough.
And that's when you see two guys respond like that, that's when you want, where's the maturity? Where's the maturity? Cory is close to 60 years old. Anton, I think he's in his 40s. Guys, how are we supposed to move on as a people if we can't sit down and discuss things like adults? Here, these two are on the platform acting like teenagers. Yeah, I said it, teenagers. So they go back and forth. To the point that Anton he finally decides to go.
Maybe I knew what you was gonna do before you did it.
Maybe. But I tell you what, that's a dangerous game to play, especially if you got a life that you live in. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was gonna happen like that fast. That's why out here I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
You say I don't walk under the code?
no, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world is hypocrite, but what are you talking
No,
about?
you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when
I believe you.
when it comes to specifically you moving by a code.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you
Anton constantly calls Cory a hypocrite. Now, he for whatever reason, Anton feels like Cory does not walk by this code, the black man's code, I guess. Um, I don't know what this code is supposed to be. I'm not a black man. But he constantly labels Cory Holcomb as a hypocrite.
that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied.
And my thing is, they don't see eye to eye. But how can Anton say that Cory doesn't move the way he's supposed to move? Like, who died and made Anton the keeper of the black man code? That's what I would like to know. You know, everything that comes out of his mouth is not the gospel. And he definitely doesn't have a mouth of a priest or a preacher man. He's just as bad as Cory Holcomb. Cory, yes, he shouldn't have said nothing about Anton kissing the white man's ass. That was his little derogatory play towards Anton. And Anton, you want to sit there and say that the man goes around and suck D-I-C-K? Really? That ain't cool. I don't care who you are. Why would you say that to somebody? That's not cool at all.
Because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all
He's
why I
talking
like
about
the chat.
everything but himself
No.
and white men.
No, listen. I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it, or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out to
shit on Asian male.
Shout out to
and shit on
I'm not
himself.
gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me, because I feel like you're talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm
Well,
telling
be
you.
careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
Trust me.
the tough talk? I got security. You got security.
Homie, I ain't got security. They're my people.
Cool. Then
You gotta hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Cory, stop talking. Stop talking.
Homie,
You just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face. And then you act like it was all good.
I disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologize when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face.
You don't accept the apology because you feel
something like everybody else.
My thing is, okay, so Anton, he apologized for disrespecting Cory. But does he really mean it? I really don't think Anton means it. You know how they say that was a hollow apology. I think he was just doing it for the cameras. But that's just me, allegedly.
No, I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing the conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended? We just
did not talk about me. It sounds like I'm arguing.
Because I'm right.
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone. No. That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man. You gone.
I'm not the jet.
You done did this before. Get your bitch ass to... Hey, homie. Get your bitch ass the fuck on. And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch. I got shit to do. Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on. Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she?
Okay, the B that he was referring to is Anton traveled with this young lady named Mika. They never really showed Mika's face. I think it's one of the people that he works with, you know, in his company. Anton is married. He's a married man. But Mika is not his wife. So Cory was trying to insinuate that it was more to the relationship between Anton and Mika. I personally don't know. I don't know these people personally, so I cannot say. Anton is, he maintains it as strictly business, but Cory is trying to say that it isn't.
So I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga. And go get you a bodyguard, because a nigga be the slap.
And so after this, you see Anton has walked away. He walked off the show. And the show was only in for an hour and 5 minutes. Okay. That was the end of this sector with Anton. And Anton was supposed to be there for the entire show, I believe. But, the bickering back and forth, they couldn't even talk about any topics other than going back and forth, trying to flex their muscles and, excuse my language, see who could piss the furthest. Cause it was like a pissing match. It's like, really, guys? You're too old for this. We have to learn as a people to be able to sit down and have a conversation without getting emotional, getting ready to fight. and disrespecting each other with the vocabulary. What Cory said to Anton was not cool about him kissing somebody's butt, and what Anton said to Cory was not cool about him essing somebody's D. We got to do better. We will never move on as a people if this continues to happen. What do you all think? If you're watching this on replay, please type in the comments. Type replay. Let me know what you think about the portion of Cory's show that I showed. Let me know your views. Type in the comments. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to present more informative things to push me out into the algorithms. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.